Do you feel like you're writing about current events in your books ever?
Yeah, actually quite often. I don't, how to put it? To me, it's important that I give people things to think about. I don't want to tell anybody how to think. I don't want anybody to read my books and say, oh, I must think this way and go out and be a warrior for whatever cause. But I do like to make, I like to make people stop and consider what the other side is working with. I got a lot of heat when I made it very clear that Adam is a Republican and votes conservative. Although what anybody thinks a guy raised in the 1950s in Alabama why he's going to be a liberal, I have no idea. But to me, that adds dimension to his character, and I'll go on record. I hate both political parties equally. I think it's Coke or Pepsi. It just depends on what your flavor of whose money should be running the country. And I don't think we can get away with it just because of how much money there is involved in politics right now. I don't think there's any way to get away from having forces for not good controlling. But that being said, I like people to read my books and wonder. And if they are liberals, I want them to hear some really conservative ideas that I think have a lot of merit. And if they're conservatives reading my books, I want them to hear some liberal ideas that have a lot of merit. There was an incident here in the Tri-Cities where I live. I live in Mercy's hometown. There was a police incident where a Hispanic male was shot and killed, essentially for being Hispanic male and drunk, I think, on the street. Mentally ill on the street. And if he had been a white guy, they wouldn't have shot him. If he had been a white woman, they wouldn't have shot him. And so that came up in Stormcurst. I put a little bit of that in there. I certainly, I don't, but I just want, I think that a good book should linger with you. You should think about things in it, whether you agree or disagree. That's one of the things I liked about, it's SVU. What's it's a TV show that ran forever. There was special Law and Order. Thank you. The Law and Order show. One of the things I really loved about it is at the end of the show, you could sit down and you could discuss both sides of the issue, and feel like you were right. And I want to pull that up a little bit. The biggest thing I want people to come out with my book, though, is I want them to be in a little better mental space, a little happier than they were when they started out reading my book. I'm happy to put them through hell in the middle, right? But by the end, they should feel if they were depressed, they should be a little less depressed. If they were excited, they should be a little more excited, when they finish the book.